Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, a Washington Commanders podcast for fans, by fans. With your host, Jessy, Martin.
What are you talking about? You're out of your mind.
John Taman.
We finally got professional football back. This is going to be fun.
Scott Hartley.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Max Taylor.
As long as you got Jaden Daniels, you got a chance to win.
Spanning the eras of Washington football. Honoring the past. Commanding the future. And now, the world's worst podcast host, John Taylor.
Hey, everybody, I'm the world's worst podcast host, John Taman, and I'm riding high, baby, because we weren't supposed to win that game this past weekend, and we flat out fucking took it. We didn't steal it. We didn't take anything away from anybody by any kind of whiny shit. We flat out fucking took that game away from them. We spotted them 10 points and took it away. We're going to get into that in a minute. We're all going to have very good things to say about it, because if we don't all have good things to say, so help me, I will turn this fucking podcast around, and nobody's going to get any goddamn ice cream. Speaking of people that always have nice things to say, there's my good friend over there from Southeast Virginia, Jessy Martin. Hey, there he is. Tell you what, man.
It's lovely to be here. Thanks for having me.
That's right. Season ticket holder. You can find him in whatever seat number he is. If he decides to tell it to you in the chat over there, just come on by and shake his hand. He loves nothing more than people to bother him during the game. He'll take a photo with you. It doesn't make any difference to Jessy, man. He's like, whatever. Just come on, let's get a picture. All right, of course, down there on the bottom right-hand side, bottom right. Okay, that's what I'm going to call it anyway, because I don't know my right from my left, and that's a fact. Yeah, there's our good friend, Scott Hartley. Now, Scott, I know that I've been trying to figure out what your lineage traces back to, and I really haven't had a whole lot of time to do a whole lot of goofy shit, so we're just going to show you this picture again of Scott, one of his early references where he comes. I think this is pre-Renaissance is when we first pick up after Scott, but we'll pick up more on that next time. So nice to see you, man. How you doing?
Oh, good. Yeah, enjoying it. Enjoyed Sunday anyway. Yeah, it was great.
Is that a large mini helmet I see on that?
It is a large mini helmet.
God, hell, froze.
Oh my God, we've got to put him up there. Let's see, Scott. Oh my God, look at that!
Keep it on.
Oh, okay. Who signed it?
Kay Medrano.
Kay Medrano. Fucking hey, buddy, I'll tell you something right now. If he ever gets active, he might be able to.
I might be able to give him that card.
Kay Medrano. You know the best thing about having stuff like that, right? Is that even if, let's say Kay Medrano never gets active and he gets cut next year and you never hear from him again, you can just say, there's Jaden Daniels, and people in your town won't know a fucking difference. They're going to be like, oh, really? That's awesome. That's cool.
No, there's about 15 Commanders fans here. I work with about 10 of them, so they do know who Jaden Daniels is.
Well, I mean, they know who he is, but do they know what his signature looks like? You can just scribble on anything with a silver marker and tell somebody that's what it is.
I think
Tony, isn't that right?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's safe to say that he's the only man in Barrow with a Kay Medrano shrine.
There you go.
Yeah, let's be honest. Yeah, that's very true.
Cards, the signed helmet.
Could be the only man in the world with a Kay Medrano.
Well, I'm sure his mum and dad have, but there you go. Yeah.
Tell you what, Scott, through the magic of the internet and Photoshop, I can give you some real pictures for your shrine there. Anyway, before we get into anything filthy like that, we'll talk about this guy down here at the bottom. That's our good friend Tony Wheat from Dublin. Are you in?
Yeah, just north. Half an hour north, so basically Dublin, yeah.
All right, so half an hour north of Dublin, Ireland. Tony Wheat, how are you doing today over here?
Good, very good. Thanks. Still buzzing off Sunday, so happy days.
There he is. Here he comes. He's bopping in there. He's got him right there. Welcome to the show, Tony Wheat. All right, so you went. I did. Were you on here last week? Did I ask you about going to the game?
Yeah, I was on last week.
All right. So the Vikings. What did you think of them going over and waiting until the last second to beat the Browns in London?
I was surprised they won in the end. I thought that they were going to lose, but good old Carson.
Good old
Carson. You know, we all know and love. He only had 2 or 3 of his little turtle up impersonations during the game, which always makes me laugh. Every time Carson goes for a turtle.
Yeah, he did have some nice throws, including that one that won the football game. But we're not here to talk about fucking Carson Wentz or any of that other crap.
Jesus. That's the past.
Yeah, that is the past. And I was remarking, Jesse said, hey, look, there's the Carson we know and love. And there he was. But he was also making some throws, man. I was like, damn, there's not a Carson I saw here.
He played okay. I actually quite enjoyed the game, considering I thought it was going to be like 6-3.
That's not too bad. I mean, for you, it's on at a reasonable time. So I'm sure you could probably enjoy it, you know?
Yeah, half
2 in the afternoon is pretty good. Bit of lunch, and then you're straight into it, Tony, aren't you? It's great.
Oh, great. 14 hours of football straight off till 4:30 in the morning.
Did you have any issues getting into the game?
Well, I didn't go. I wasn't at the game. A load of people did apparently. There was
massively.
It was Android phones couldn't download the ticket, so it's the same thing every
I
year.
hope we don't have that problem in Spain.
You better forward me my ticket then, Jesse.
I'm actually getting worried because I'm going to the Jags game in a week and a bit, and I haven't even got a ticket yet.
It's usually the last week before, mate. You'll be fine.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so that brings me to a question, because I asked this question earlier today. Now, Scott, you announced this morning that you were walking on a cloud because of the Jaguars' performance last night. Right. As we all know, Karen is a Jaguars fan. Karen is Mrs. Hartley. She is a Jaguars fan. And I made a suggestion to you. And I was curious.
That's not repeatable on this show.
Jesse came back with an option that I don't know that was really going to be, within reach. But, hey, man, when the fruit is hanging down, grab at it.
While the getting's good.
I know. Look at it all.
The worst can happen is a slap in the face. I mean, come on.
True.
Right, and you got
Thursday is going to be an interesting night.
She's got some reach, but you can get out of the way quicker, right?
It was the way. Right. I don't know if you saw that play. It was the way he fell over. I was like, okay, and then got up and somehow got in. It was bizarre. Just the most bizarre plays I've ever seen in the NFL.
Just the way that Chris Jones just kind of stood there on the back of the D line. He just kind of went.
Oh, I know. He's been getting dragged all day for that. People were calling that his Albert Hainsworth moment. No, not quite. Yeah. I mean, he did loaf it there, but he didn't just lay on the field and count grass blades. For fuck's sake.
He kind of earns his money on like good old Albert. He
didn't get hauled off on a cart because he didn't feel like walking. God.
The only thing I can give Hainsworth credit for is that he took a boatload of Dan Snyder's money and got nothing in return for it. So that's fine.
We got nothing for it except a half-ass story about him having to take a shit when he was supposed to be working out for Mike Shanahan. Anyway, that's all gone. That's all in the past. We're winning football games now, including this one this past Sunday at SoFi Stadium against the Chargers. Man, I'll tell you what. I don't think anybody picked that one except for Jesse. You got that one right. You said the Commanders were going to walk away with it, if I remember correctly.
No, he did not.
What? No way. He did too. He's always.
I gave us absolutely zero chance, and I mean, I said there is no way we're winning that game.
I guess.
And yeah,
I will confess. Last week,
freezing.
No, you're good.
No, you're good. Last week when we were making that pick,
I'm going out and coming back in.
All right, he's going to pop back in here. I was enjoying some wine on Friday evening, and while we were doing the podcast, and I can't remember if I picked us to win or not. I somewhat think I did, but things get to be not necessarily like that. I can't remember what happened, but there's so much else going on that it just goes right on out once I say whatever I said. Scott, you got the big and Boss book. I'm sure you've been keeping track of it, right? Did I pick them? Did I make a pick? I know I made a pick. I just don't remember what it was. Oh, this is the big exciting moment here.
You went Washington 34-21.
Woo, boy! I tell you what, 34-21. That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good prediction. Yeah, we were just looking back at the Big and Boss book there, Jesse, and talking about how the fact is that I did pick the Commanders to win. So anyway, our first fast thoughts concerning this football game. Jesse, we'll start with you. Go. All right, Scott, go ahead.
Get right, game.
Get right, game.
Listen,
Tony, go ahead.
don't panic if the first couple of drives don't go well. Jesus Christ, lads.
And my first thought, I called it, but I had to check and make sure I did.
I called it.
You called it
You
too?
did.
All right, good. Way to go. All right, we'll get a low 5 down there. Stick your hand up. There we go. Worked kind of stupidly.
The magic of TV.
Right, magic of the internet right there. All right, so look, before we jump into what we thought of the game, let's get into some of the actual hardcore stuff. So, Scotty, you got an injury report for the football game. What did we come out of there with?
We didn't come out with any injuries at all.
None.
Injuries at all. The only injury was obviously from previous, which is Terry McLaurin, and Dan Quinn has said he is likely to play a game.
I believe he says he's trending in the right direction. Right?
Trending in the right direction is the word, yeah.
Right.
No injury update on Cosme, obviously, who didn't travel, or Noah Brown, which I am still concerned with Noah Brown. Are we ever going to see this man ever again? Why didn't we put him on IR? You know?
Bram said he was running full sprints on Saturday.
You know what that means? If he was running full sprints on Saturday, that means he's at least 8 days away from another injury to keep him out for 5.
I think we
think
see
Quinn-
Brown before we see Terry.
Well, Quinn said, didn't he, that he thought that Terry, Noah, and Cosme were all potentially
Trending in the right direction.
Potentially going to be available this weekend. Now
We'll know more on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Or we'll know more on Friday.
He loves all the thing about hitting the markers. They're all hitting the markers.
Yeah.
And all that.
Look, I'll tell you what, man. Noah Brown, when you come back, I got to see that you can beat out McCaffrey. McCaffrey gets on the field, stays on the field, and thinking plays. He made a hell of a big play on Sunday, man. That 50-yard pass that he caught from Jaden, 56 yards in the air, by the way, with no step into it, no hop step, nothing. He just flicked his wrist and that ball went. Phew. Shoo. So, yeah, man, Noah Brown, when people tell me, oh, Noah Brown's out, I'm like, whatever, whatever. He's always out. It's like he's not even on my team. What do you think?
I'd rather have Noah Brown healthy than on the bench.
Sure, I would too. But, we take it what we can. But now we're here to talk about.
I'd take him ahead of Luke McCaffrey too.
Well, we're here to talk about the positive things, and Luke McCaffrey is one of those positive things. That big catch was big. But I'll tell you what, from what I saw offensively, the difference Jaden Daniels makes, all right, the first 2 series, the first series especially, I was really upset about that. It looked like the old Commanders, Redskins, whatever you want to call them, as they went back through the last 15 years or so, where you just saw a team come out and just look like it's ready to get demolished. Usually on Monday Night Football against somebody like Philadelphia, right? We just show up and we lay an egg. But after those 2 series, Jaden Daniels, he fucking took over the football game, I thought, and they did a great job. But I'm just going to focus on him for a minute, man. The difference he makes. What do you think of that, Jesse?
Yeah, he does make a difference. I am. We've seen Jaden start slow, a couple series before. This year, he just up until that, I think that 16-yard third down pass to Jalen Lane, he just didn't really look like himself. He was just a little bit off here and there. I think his I think his knee is perfectly fine. Scott can argue about that one if he wants to. He was like, something is off.
Really?
But
initially it did look like that.
For a half a minute into the game?
Yeah, he just kind of slipped funny, and I think after he changed his cleats, he had better footing.
That was what it was.
Yeah.
Because you saw him change his cleats, so I initially thought, oh, is it the brace that's hindering the way he's moving? But no,
I don't think anybody ever runs as fluidly in a knee brace as without one. So there's always going to be a whatever small percent that he's not going to be quite as mobile.
I thought Jaden ran fine.
Yeah, he did. I'm just saying it's a very tiny percentage off. And for those people that said, oh, he still didn't look right, he still ran a bit awkwardly. The awkward running is to do with the knee brace and the extra weight. He ran, as Jesse said. He ran absolutely fine.
Damn right. He ran Bill down. Was ready to try to block for him, for fuck's sake. I thought he ran fine. I thought that the knee brace, the second he took the first snap of the football game, he forgot he had it on. He just didn't even think about it. Because on the second play, they called a quarterback fucking power? They called a quarterback off tower right up between the guard, for Christ's sakes. On the second play, coming back from a knee injury. I don't know why they did that. But really, I didn't think that the knee bothered him in any way. That picture that you saw of Bill and him running together with him with his big fucking smile was fantastic. What's up? What's up, man? This was the first time this season I felt like I was watching the team from last year. I agree.
Yeah, Mike.
Felt at any point take fire, and they did.
Yeah, the offense. The offense was humming. Like I said, after that third down pass to Lane. Before that, it looked like something was like, what the hell is going on? It's off. Jaden's off. The offense is off. But then you start. I guess they got the feels back, and Jaden just started being himself, and he kind of took it from there.
I'm sorry, I just read your goddamn name on the screen there, Mr. Lovenos. Holy shit.
You're always late to the party, John.
I know. Well, I have to get somebody in here to interpret that for me and read it. But
does that mean you just like big guys, Jesse? Or
ask about
Tony. You handsome devil, you.
What are we listening to?
We can't hear you, John.
Oh, we're listening. It usually takes a minute for it to kick in before you can start to hear people. Can you hear people now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I got you.
Hear me now. All right, we're listening to Jesse's theme song.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. Mr. Love Muscle. Anyway, Jaden makes a hell of a difference. All right. The confidence that he has going out there, the pass to fucking McCaffrey. And I mean, when you think about it, we were this close to him getting a ball knocked out of his hand in the end zone to a punt that came back for a touchdown that we got a freaking roughing call on by the guy who tried to make the tackle at the 2-yard line.
Yeah.
So, and then he comes in with that and flicks his wrist and throws it 56 yards to McCaffrey like there's nothing behind it. That's the difference. Do you think Mariota makes that throw? We say, okay, you can't change the offense for these guys. You think he makes that throw?
For him to make that throw, he'd have to put everything behind it, and Jaden just doesn't. I mean, that's what an elite talent can do for you. And James, I'll get to your comment here in a little bit, but I think with the fumble and that third down pass that he made, the defense started playing better as well. I mean, it looked like from the beginning. It looked like this was going to be a fucking drubbing. Same mistakes, same lethargic start for especially or both sides of the ball. Really
prepared.
And it looked like it was going to be a long Sunday evening, and luckily it wasn't.
Well, dude, remember on the Chargers' first possession, like the second play, our corner and our freaking safety just ran into each other. Like two of the three stooges, for fuck's sake. I expected Mo to be standing over top of him going, "What are you doing down there? What's the matter with you?"
Yeah.
Right? I mean, my God, it looked like, oh my God, Ron Rivera's in the building calling the game. And they know it. Like the ghost of Ron is over him. You will fuck up everything today. Ron was up in the fucking booth, standing there. I wish I would have had some audio from it. All right,
tackling was super poor in the first quarter. I mean, like Louvu, man, what are we doing?
Came alive though.
Tony, you're right in what you're saying though. We need to just pump the brakes a bit after 3 drives. You know what I mean?
Oh, look! I'm old school, and since Super Bowl 22, when we were 10-0 down after the first quarter against the Broncos, and everybody said the game was over.
Oh, the quarterback's out too. Remember, he got his knee hurt. Yeah, twisted over backwards.
Ever since that day, I never panic until at least if James's point that was on the screen there a minute ago. If Quentin Johnson had not fumbled and it had been 13-0 or 17-0, it would have started to get into not panic, but this is not looking good territory. There were two or three pivotal moments in the game. And 27-10 sounds like an easy win, and second half was good.
I think there was like seven. There was like seven big moments of this game.
The Quentin Johnson one was the first one. the goal line interception, the block punt, the punt return that was called back because of
them with 2 penalties on 2nd and 3rd and long.
That was so frustrating. That was so frustrating.
But they fucking penalties. Oh well, plays are easier to do when you're cheating. That's just a fact. But they were still completing passes. I mean, all right. So I don't want to get into the defense yet because that's where we're going to touch on some little negatives. I know Jesse's got more than a few, but I still want to talk about the offense and I want to talk about the running game in specific because I was very glad to see that even though things didn't work out right away, they went to it, they stuck to it, and it fucking paid off. It's the thing I was saying after the Packers game, why I was so upset about that whole thing was the game plan was why do you ran the ball 12 times with your running backs. As soon as it looked like they could stop you, you turned around and went, hide. This game, that's what it gives you. Granted, Bill ran great. All right, so I'm going to start that off with Tony. Go ahead down there, Tony. Where do you want to go with the running game? Your turn.
I agree with you about the Packers game. I think we talked about it at the time. I don't think they gave the run enough time to get established. And I think in this game, the running game was superb. The offensive line's blocked well. The 2 tight ends are blocking outstandingly well. Having Bates back makes a big difference. And I think that, I was listening to Baldinger today on the Move the Sticks podcast, and he was saying how the Washington offensive line is looking good. Obviously, Cosme's got to come back in there. Bates is back in there now. And if Washington can establish a sort of, not necessarily a ground and pound offense, but have the ability to run the ball as and when, and then have this kind of mobile quarterback as well, and the ability to throw like a 5-6 yards screen to Debo, and then turns it into a 8-9 yards, put you in 2nd and 2, 2nd and 1. It makes everything so much more manageable.
Oh yeah. And see, that's where our defense was getting us into trouble so much prior. We were always in 2nd and short, 3rd and 1. It's hard to defend with that because the offense can pretty much do what they want. I thought the offensive line was effective enough to give Bill cracks, right? Just enough to give Bill creases. And man, he is as fucking slippery as can be.
Yeah.
Jesse, when was the last time you saw us with a back like this?
It's been a minute. I mean, you had you have the likes of Portis was a different back.
When he came here, he was like this, but then they put weight on him that offseason. He was with Denver.
I would compare Bill's running style more to a Kamara, not his pass catching.
Fat Rob, get out of here.
Fat fucking Rob. Alvin Kamara and Bill have very like when Kamara runs the ball, just taking the pass catching out of the equation. They're very familiar, and it's. I would use that comparison right there. I think that run style, and maybe we've seen it a couple times on Sunday. Bill gets more versed in the pass catching and turns into that dual threat.
Or not scored. He didn't score.
That dual threat, running in and out of the backfield, type of running back. I think that would be great.
Yeah, I think he had like a 35-yard pass that he caught.
He had, I think, 3 receptions for 39 yards or something like that.
Yeah,
he's got the ability to put his foot in the ground, make a cut, and go.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
and
when he gets hit, he doesn't. He can bounce off of them. He can kind of bounce off of runners and keep going, and he gets tangled up. His feet keeps moving, then he slithers out and goes for another 5-6 yards before he gets gang tackled.
Yeah, Max, who's
he gets skinny when he runs through, and we haven't had a back like that. I was going to say Alfred Morris is what I said before to Max's point there.
Morris is bigger,
but dynamic. The last dynamic back that we've had.
When he goes through that hole. All right, you say he gets skinny. I heard John Kime this would say that too. He gets skinny through the hole, and that's the lexicon for it. But to me, he's like lightning through the hole because he is not only sneaking through those cracks as fast as lightning, he's bouncing off of hits. They're breaking tackles in these holes, man. The offensive line is doing just enough to get them out of it, but they are all 3 of these backs when they're making runs, they're breaking tackles, and I love to see it. When Bill hits a cut, it doesn't slow him down in the slightest. In fact, I think it makes him pick up speed. It looks like lightning, and all of a sudden he's this close to breaking it. How many times did you think, oh Jesus, the last guy gets him, or one guy gets him? Just oh God, Jesus Christ! Just one too many times he gets bumped and he gets caught.
It reminded me a little bit of watching another rookie in the afternoon, watching Quinshon Judkins for the Browns.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so good. So good.
Just that ability to be patient. Now, Judkins is a bit more patient than Bill, I think, at this stage, but they've also got that ability to put the foot in the ground, go, and also slits and bounce off tackles and slither out tackles. Now, I don't know, Judkins is probably bigger than Bill, I would guess.
Yeah, I think so. I think a little bit bigger.
But in terms of the pedigree, Judkins was top of the second round.
Yeah,
and Bill was seventh round. So
Bill's a steal. AP, he got one of those. He found a diamond in the rough, and I think it's going to work out really good. Let's keep him healthy. He had 15 touches, 14 touches,
111 yards rushing, right?
14 carries, and was it 3 catches? So 7.
Yeah.
All right. So how many carries? Because I know Gonzalez
14 carries. Jaden Daniels had 8. Rodriguez had 5. McNichols had 1. Obviously rushing wise. Then in the receiving game, Merritt had 2 for 39. McNichols had 1 for 12.
Yeah, that McNichols that was an important.
It was a hell of a run, isn't it?
Yeah,
run after catch.
Yeah.
So that's not too bad. 28 rushing attempts. I mean, I'm trying to think of Jaden's runs. How many of them were scrambles? They didn't put too much pressure on him, I didn't think.
No, the offensive line didn't play very, very well. There's a couple times I saw. I've only got. I think I'm almost done with the third quarter of the All-22 film. But early, it was the second drive. Like Wiley, man, he had a Wiley moment and just totally, not necessarily whiffed, but just like left a free runner to Jaden, and Jaden had to scramble out of there. But other than that, I think Jaden got sacked once.
Right?
They did pretty well.
1 for 5 yards. Jesse is what it's saying on there.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I look at rushing attempts, I'm looking at how did we try to establish the run game. And I've had people arguing with me about this on every week I say we got to establish the run game. I had a guy last week telling me that this is not Bill Callahan anymore. Bill Callahan had nothing to do with this. We have the horses that can do it. We got 3 backs that I bet you, if we needed one of them to carry the load, can do it. All 3 of them could do it. So do it. All right. You want to protect your young quarterback? Do it. When the running game works, everything works. Everything works. And we see that because it opens up so many threats. The defense can't just key on anything. And I'm not saying any kind of fucking news here. But so offensive line, if you had to give them a grade, what would you give them, Tony?
That was a
clumsy ass segue, wasn't it? That's one of the world's worst podcast hosts.
I mean, they weren't perfect. I think, as Jesse said, there was a couple of blown assignments. But I thought generally that Jaden looked like he had plenty of time. I also thought Jaden was quite patient in the pocket as well. Now, whether that was because he didn't want to run as much, he actually stood up. They protected him, but he also did that thing that a lot of good quarterbacks do, where he didn't run to throw. He just kind of readjusted his position in the pocket slightly. He either slid to the side slightly or he slid up slightly and delivered the ball. That's right. I mean, I thought the O-line was 7.5, 8 out of 10, maybe.
Okay.
Room for improvement. Cosme will be back this week or next week. See how that reshuffles. Tunsil's playing well enough. Paul's doing okay.
Yeah, Tunsil's. I think he's the second highest graded offensive player throughout the year so far.
Yeah, he played well on Sunday. And honestly, James puts down Chris Paul.
That's what I was going to get to. I would give them a 9 out of 10. Honestly, no penalties, which is kind of what you want to hear. You're not having offensive linemen false starting, giving away yards. Connolly had his best game for us that he's had in a Commander's shirt. That's a fact. The way he was passing people off. Biadish seemed to be straight back into the groove of things. His blocking was very good. No low snaps that I remember.
that came from there. Chris Paul, as James said, I mean, we'll get into head smacks and butt pats. He was unbelievable. The way that his blocking was incredible for the Bill touchdown, both of them. He was the one who sprung the hole. You can see it straight away, and he is a man mountain. As you said, John, he's got the biggest ass in the whole of the NFL. You know, it's like a dump truck. And then, you know, I'm looking at the rest of the line and thinking, well, yeah, you know, Tunsil's quiet, and that's what you want to hear out of your tackles. If they're quiet, you don't hear their names called. That is a good thing. And
he was loud in his blocks.
But this is the best game the offensive line's had this season. That is a certainty. So having Cosme coming back can only improve it.
I got to agree with that, with Cosme coming back. But then there's also part of me that says what's working works, right? I want to see him maybe ease him back. Don't go trying to have the big man run real quick right now. If he doesn't come back this week, what has he got? 2 weeks to go before we have to put him on IR?
Yeah.
All right. So
21 day window, isn't it? So we've got a week. I think we're about a week into that now.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they may activate him, but they may not. You know, they may not play him.
It's true. He can be healthy scratch, can't he?
They could be, yeah, but you could have him active on game day and you know, kind of rotate him in and out a little bit.
Beat me to it.
Sorry,
Mac believes that Scott got a little too excited about Chris Paul's dump truck there. Look, you know what? I can remember back in maybe week 1 or so, we were talking, or in the preseason, we were talking about who wanted to have a good game, who we wanted to see have a good game. And I said Chris Paul, and y'all both looked at me like I was crazy. I'm like, no, watch.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see he got a chance, and I'm glad to see we have developed a guy that looks like a starter for our offensive line all by ourselves. What do you know?
Isn't it weird nice? Now though when you look back and you go, right, well, Algretti and Wiley are now just depth.
Coleman.
Coleman's the one that I'm a bit disappointed with. Because
what was he, a third round pick? If he's depth, he's depth. That's all right.
But he was a little bit banged up. 2 weeks ago when he was first inactive? But I can't imagine he's still banged up now if he's not played for 2 weeks.
No, it was coach's decision, wasn't it? If you remember.
But what it shows now is, and this shows to the rest of the players on the team, that you turn up, you work hard, you show up, and you get an opportunity. You take your opportunity. You know, there's no blockages to playing if you can show that you deserve to play, and that's what Paul did.
He did, and he's balling out. I like to see it. All right, so we'll move over onto the defense right now. So I was happy with the defense. I don't think you can't be unhappy with a defense that holds a team like that to 10 points. I don't care how beat up they are. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what they did. They threw Justin Herbert around like you would with a person named Herbert. That's what you would think you would do. Take their lunch money, anything you can. Look, I thought that there were some issues. We talked about a minute ago about how, like, on the second play, they ran into each other like a couple of bunch of idiots. But for the gloomy cloud of despair, I'm going to go ahead and bring it over to Jesse and let him talk about our secondary woes, because I know he's got some axes to grind. I got to get some.
I'll say this out front. Marshawn Lattimore had an excellent game.
He did.
Yeah.
Excellent game. And I was watching, this is the third quarter right before I came on here. Man, he looks like himself when he's playing up in their face man coverage. I mean, he's physical. He's physical right up on the line. That's his game. We need to see more of that. I think that's his comfort zone right there. Mm-hmm. And like I give all the kudos in the world to Marshawn Lattimore. The first couple series of the game, but good God. It was the same old shit. Herbert he's a damn good quarterback. He will find that soft part of the zone every fucking time. Mm-hmm. Every time. And we're seeing a trend with our defense now. If we go up against a poor offensive line, we're going to play well. If it's a really good offensive line, we're going to need to score 40. Period.
That's okay. I mean, I know that's not okay because you end up having to go up against good offensive lines, but at least we are. What are you supposed to do with a bad team, right? You're supposed to thrash them.
Coach them. I thought you said with a bad defense, coach them up. It's like I heard Quinn saying about the defense, or maybe it was or something like they need to stop, trying to play hero ball.
Yeah.
Which I just I don't see it. I see confusion. I see them not sure of themselves. I think they got some confidence after that that big hit Quan put on Quentin Johnson and forced that fumble. And then I saw the defensive line just take over and just manhandle that poor offensive line. I mean, they're down to like their third and fourth string after Becton came out. Yeah, you got to do that. You got to do it.
Right.
But the problem was in the beginning, you were still going against these same players, and they were throwing the ball over the fucking field.
You know, I tell you what, a lot of times I see that teams, their script works. All right. No matter what you do with defense, sometimes their scripts just work. All right.
How come our script doesn't work?
Well, you know, because we didn't get the ball first the last couple of times, you know, and then all of a sudden the script has to change.
It doesn't change after the first drive.
Yeah, but we're down 7-0. You know, it probably does change a little bit. But even still, the point being is, you know, an Andy Reid coach football team, you almost always bet that they're going to score on the first drive because his script works on the first drive. They get it, then they get it done right. So after that, I thought that they clamped down. What do you think, Scott? Give me your impressions of the defense as a whole.
Yeah, I thought it was good. It was a solid 7 to 8 out of 10. 5 sacks is exactly what you want. You know what I mean? You don't want to be
Von Miller
sitting
had 1.5.
there going, well, yeah, he did 1.5. Armstrong with 2, Jacob Martin with a half, and Johnny Newton with 1. But it was pivotal plays, as Jesse said, that changed this game. Mm-hmm. You know, it's things like Johnny Newton deflecting a pass. It's it's the crunching tackle from Quan Martin, the recovery from Lattimore to pick the ball off. And then it's like, you know, these sort of things then build the confidence. And this whole game is about, I equivalent this game to the Bengals game last season. Mm-hmm. You know, when you have that breakout game and it's like, okay, this is where we are. This is us back. And it coincided, obviously, with JD being back in the side, which helps. But there wasn't anything really that you can take from this game to say, oh, that was that was terrible, you know, that was really bad. Whereas the previous weeks, there's always been a wrinkle that could get worse. Now, yesterday, I was thinking to myself, they made adjustments and they put it right, even though there was problems.
All right,
we just panic as fans. That's the issue.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna drop a name down on you, Tony, and let's hear what you have to think about it, because I've been down on Mr. McGee, Jordan McGee. And we got to see him on Sunday. What did you think of the performance? I mean, what did he get? 15 snaps, which is probably
I think he got 12
more than he's gotten all year.
Yeah, I mean, look, they've been talking. He's been the sort of the biggest myth of all time, and that you know, he's got all the
like Bigfoot. Where the fuck is he?
Yeah, I think the guy's got to play. I mean, he came in, he missed the tackle here and there, but the guy's got to come and play. He's got the tools for what they're looking for. They obviously feel that, and they obviously want to get him in there and involve him in the game. But it takes anybody a little bit of time to get up to game speed, especially when you've not played at all. So right. I'll take some of the mistakes. As long as he comes and grows and learns and starts to make some plays, you've got to have to accept with him that there's going to be some good and some bad at this stage. And as he moves through the experience side of things, you have to hope, if he's the player that they think he is, that the good will outweigh the bad.
I thought he made some good plays. I mean, he missed a tackle once, but he also made the play in the hole that put the stop on the Chargers running back right there at the goal line that set up the tip pass that Mikey intercepted, which even though Mikey's in everybody's doghouse, he was in the right spot. And that's the first step to doing something right. Be in the right spot. Be where you're supposed to be. So all in all, I thought they had a terrific defensive outing. I noticed once again Wagner played 100% of the snaps, even though McGee got in there and played a lot. That was good.
They're playing more base. They were playing more base. So
Preston Smith played. He got half a dozen snaps or so, but he made a nice cleanup tackle. There was a play where I think it was Omarion Hampton got to the outside. He got around somebody, and Smith turned on a dime and got him, which was nice because he probably got another 7 or 8 yards after that. So I thought overall as a defense, you can't really complain when you can shut a team down like they did, despite injuries, whatever. There's things still to clean up. And if Joe Witt wants to think that he did something right on that and that the confusion's all gone, dude, just go look at that first couple of plays there and look at them two guys. That was Amos and I think Quan.
I think it was Lattimore. Those Lattimore.
Lattimore? All right.
Yeah, I think so.
I think you do have to give them some credit for the fact that they obviously adjusted.
I do.
They needed something to happen. They needed to make a play. They needed anything. We've had one turnover. I think it was before yesterday.
Yep, we'd had one.
They had to have something. So Quan lays the wood on the big hit. We get the recovery. That obviously then gives you a little bit
of confidence. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't perfect after that. I was screaming at the TV about some of the soft zone stuff at times. But at the end of the day, you've got a guy like Keenan Allen, who's one of the greatest receivers of all time in finding soft spots in zones.
Right.
So that's hard. And you've got a quarterback who, despite the fact that was getting rushed off his feet for the whole of the second half because we did what we were supposed to do.
His arm angles, man, he's so good. Herbert's so good. Oh,
so there's some of it you can kind of pass off a little bit, but at the same time, I still think there's work to do in that area. So it's not perfect, but I think it improved, and I think if it can keep improving, then the arrow's pointing up.
I agree.
I need to see more. Like I said, I think we got bailed out, from mistakes that the Chargers made. And
sure. Yeah, we did.
It would, without that, it could have been. I don't think the Chargers would have won. I think once Jaden caught on fire, there was no stopping this offense.
Right.
But it was.
Well.
It was. I need to see more. We've seen some bad defense this year so far. But what I do like is we're pretty consistent stopping the run. I think this is a good run stopping team. Listen, Bijan's going to get his. I don't think it matters who the Falcons play. Bijan's going to get his, but overall, I mean, Bobby Wagner, man, he's fucking playing with his. Except when he has to go out in coverage,
right?
Bobby Wagner's fucking playing like
second in tackles. Second in tackles in the entire NFL.
They changed some things around this weekend, and he didn't get isolated like that. So, the thing was, when you're talking to me about like against the Falcons, how communication issues are so bad and things are so confused that they're running down the field. Bobby Wagner's looking around like this because Bijan Robinson is blowing by him to this week's performance, where even though it had some rough spots, was much better, right? They forced that fumble. They took the ball. Instead of having an accident where a guy just drops it or something like that, they took it. And that's some of the things I think you got to do. So I think Tony's right. It's trending upwards. And again, there's a few things to iron out in the secondary. They got to get it done. But we're playing the Bears this week. And I think that's a good team to test this out with, because look, man, well, we're not going to get into the pessimistic things, but that'll be for Friday.
Yeah.
So what did you think of the special?
They're going to throw the ball. Yeah.
What
did you say?
Well, special teams. How were special teams this weekend? We are one of the best special teams in the NFL right now.
We are.
If it wasn't for the 15-yard penalty. So Glad McConkey. Listen, I got a man crush on McConkey. I think he's great. They need to get him more involved. He did a really good move, and it made a lot of our players look silly. If you go back to all 22 of that fucking play, man, everybody was pulling over each other. All you saw was like doing that. But listen, Caffrey is turning into be a really, really good. I really think he is. I do think there was a punt where Lane should have, instead of calling for a catch, he had room to run. But all in all,
I thought kickoff returns were good.
Jumping off sides and costing us 4 points.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, Sam are still. That's not great.
You can't do that, man. No. And that's discipline. That's what that is. And I have to think that he's probably looking at himself thinking, I got to make a play to try to make up for how I have played. People are looking at me. My name's coming up in the wrong way.
We could have won 6-27.
Well, true. That would have been much better. I thought really when we stopped them on their second drive to just field goal, that was a positive thing, and it turned out that it was. I mean, they never got back into the game after that. All right, so what about when Luvu tripped over Omarion Hampton? People are crying because, that's what people do. They fucking cry. And so what do you think about that?
It's just part of the game, John.
Fucking cares. I mean, what about their fucking player trying to kick Jaden Daniels in his
leg whip Jaden Daniels?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that was true. He got penalty for that, didn't he, as well?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. And then there was a guy who was it? I think it was Keenan Allen actually, on one of the plays out to the side where he like bumped off with his shoulder almost into Mariota. I was like, okay. That was a bit naughty as well, on the sideline.
Naughty. He was naughty.
Naughty,
very naughty indeed.
5 yard sauciness.
Salmon. What else was I going to say?
The ref. 5 yard naughty.
I did enjoy the Tressway attempted tackle though.
Oh boy!
I thought after you got rocked, I thought, "Go on, son, get up there." And I thought that would be headlines.
Oh man, when you see the angle from the other view, like walking that way, oh man, it looks kind of pathetic. Like
Tress has seen the flag and gone, let's see what we can do here.
Tress has some big giant brass ones because that was a serious roughing. That shit's gonna hurt. Yeah. He went out and tried. And I am so glad that was a roughing call because otherwise his ass is posterized for life. That we're going to see replays of that forever if that didn't happen. But it did. And then you know what happened after that? McCaffrey caught a 50-yard pass and the game was done. Y'all were done, cooked, electrocuted. Your charge was spent. Your capacitor was empty. Beat them fucking Chargers. That's what I say about that. All right, let's do.
You were calling them the Chargers. You were calling them the Squatters at one point.
That's right. That's right. They are the Rams' fucking roommate.
Okay, San Diego Squatters.
Squatters. The Los Angeles.
San Diego Squatters.
San Diego
you still
Squatters.
Can't accept that they're in LA.
Rent a crowd.
I got to listen to these shows back. I got too many things going on when I'm doing. I'm trying to keep track of all these sound effects and shit. Keep track of what the show's doing. That I miss half of it. All right, let's do some butt pats and hit pats. All right, we'll start with our guest down there at the bottom. Jesse, go ahead. Who's your first offensive butt smack? Or your first butt pat?
Let's see. I Deebo Samuel. I mean, we haven't really talked about him yet.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
He is definitely a part of this team, like a major part of this offense going forward.
I tell you what. One thing, StreamYard, I tell you, you guys are doing great, really. And I love these folders, but I wish you would stop having shit just randomly move itself around once it's in there because I can't find it when I need it. Attaboy. Then I'll give you one of those. But go ahead. Who did you say? I was trying too hard to find my shit.
Deebo Samuel.
Good job. Attaboy. Totally agree, man. He has been the pickup of the year, I think. Is there a bigger free agent pickup in the league right now?
He's also got very symmetrical statistics.
Well,
30 catches for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
That's it. Way to be symmetrical, maybe. That's it.
I don't know if that's the right use of the word symmetrical, but it sounds good.
No, I like it. I like symmetrical stuff. Way to be symmetrical.
It's 6.
All right, and the other thing I like, now that I've hit it 5 times, I have to hit it a 6th time. Otherwise, I have to fucking go
OCD.
around with my hand on my head. There we go. Thank you. Shit.
You are old kicker.
Right. All right, Scott, who's your first butt pat of the day?
First butt pat is Chris Paul. The
you know what?
Were unreal.
It doesn't matter where you stick your hand out. You got a better than even chance of hitting his butt. That motherfucker has the biggest ass in the NFL, and this has been made official, in fact. I think they put it in the Hall of Fame the other day. They put his jockstrap in there because the front of it's just, normal size, but then the straps that go around the back, those motherfuckers, it's like parachute shroud lines. They're huge that they have to use to get around him.
Needs a big anchor, John. That's what it is.
He is an anchor, boy. I'll tell you that. If he decides he's sitting down, ain't nobody moving him. What's that?
Isn't it one of the things that offensive line coaches talk about is that they want offensive linemen with like sand in their pants?
Sand.
An offensive lineman with a small ass. No good to anybody.
Tell you that dude's got the whole.
If you've got nothing to anchor with, then there's no point.
Nah, you know what? If a bridge got out of whack and one end of it went up, they'd call Chris Paul to come sit down on it. It would flatten right the fuck on out. Anyway, I like Chris Paul. I think that dude is balling. I think he's a big beast. And yes, butt pat. Attaboy. All right, go ahead, Tony.
Well, I was going to do Debo, but I'll take the low hanging fruit with Bill. Because for reasons already stated, there's probably no point in going through it all again. But I'm very interested now to see where he goes from here, because even DQ said that the game plan wasn't necessarily to feature him as much as they did, but the way that the game evolved and developed, it was his kind of game. I wonder now if that means that he's taken himself. There's still going to be some kind of committee there with McNichols and Rodriguez, but whether it means now that he's kind of separated himself a little bit, whereby it doesn't necessarily have to be game script or who's got the hot hand or whatever you want to call it, that they're going to just recognize the fact that they're just going to have to feed him.
Well, I think so, because really a lot of those runs that he got dead up the middle, right, between the tackles with not a big gap. We've been talking about that. So even on runs that you would think that should go to a power back, he's able to do those as well. And man, his touchdown run, it was like the Department of goddamn Public Works came in, set up cones, and had guys out there with green fucking vests on. Nobody from the fucking nobody's allowed over here except you, Bill. 22. Come on through.
I thought there had to be a holding call coming, because he's running to the left of the end zone, and no one from the Chargers is getting anywhere near across.
Watch the left-hand side. It's Chris Paul. He's double-teaming people. He's smashing through people. And it's like, Bill's just got that full lane. And as you said as well, what were you saying last night, John? Something like, just you should have your own little statue in the left-hand side saying, I own the left-hand side of this stadium.
This is mine. That's right. And I also would like to say that probably what caught the Chargers off guard a little bit was the Rams called down from upstairs and said, would you fucking keep it down up there, down there? And the roommates went, okay.
I think they said it was a combination of good play design and good execution, because I think they ran trips to the right.
That's right.
And the three receivers kind of took a lot of,
and all 11 guys chased them because there wasn't any.
And then they obviously blocked off the left edge unbelievably, because nobody got past the hash marks.
I'm telling you, fucking Chris Paul didn't even have to touch anybody. He just stood there and said, "You that way, everybody go that way." That's right. And that wasn't the only play that he had that whole side to himself. All right. He had a few plays that were like that. Yeah. So big time on Chris Paul there. I haven't done a butt pat on offense yet. I'm just going to go ahead and say Jalen Lane for that nice catch, nice big fucking first down catch on third down. It was a nice pass, nice catch. So I'm going to take him. And if anybody wants to go ahead and give one to McCaffrey too, we'll do that too.
Has to be Luke, doesn't it?
Yeah. He gets one, yeah.
Somebody asked
the other thing as well is with Luke is here. I genuinely believe that we have probably the best return game in the NFL.
Right now, we do. I think we're number one.
We're number one
because
I believe.
I mean, Debo's getting yards. McCaffrey just looks electric on returns, and Jalen Lane's returned one for a TD. So,
I believe we're the number one return unit in the NFL. I think. Right. I think I heard that maybe today or yesterday. I think.
You just gotta love the nut squad.
Fuck yeah.
You just gotta love the nut squad.
Fuck yeah.
The nut squad.
You just gotta love the nut squad.
Head smacks.
All right, head smacks on offense. Go ahead, Jesse. Start us off.
There's two. Fucking Chris Moore. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Catch it, man. Catch it.
Catch the fucking ball.
I tell you what, it's salivating. Somebody said on social media this week, did you think about it during the game? What if would happen if Terry was here? And during the game, I really didn't think about it because I just had that same feeling like Deluxe said, that I just felt like we could win. Or no, it was These Nuts said. We just felt like we could win. But this week, Terry coming back with what this offense is doing right now, boy, that gets very tantalizing, doesn't it? So, all right, Chris Moore gets a head smack. With Lane, he didn't want to return punt.
James Bell says, with Lane, he didn't see him want to return punts this game. Do you think it's because close fumbles are on his mind, or he just took what he was given to him? I don't know. I said this earlier. I thought there was a punt or two that he could have returned and did not. So maybe
there was one that I think he fair caught may have been early fourth quarter where we were on our own 40-yard line, 45-yard line, and he fair caught it with a bit of space. I just thought he probably took the safe option there and decided not to in case.
I think that was the one we had the block on, I think, because we brought everybody up. Sometimes they're just told, we're going to go get the block, so you're going to be back there by yourself. Just take a fair catch. So I think we did go for a block. We got close, but not really all that close. All right, head smacks from you, Scotty Hotley. Offense.
Yeah, the only head smack I've got isn't really a head smack. It's just where's Zach Ertz gone? I know he wasn't targeted, but it's been a couple of games. It's been a couple of games now where
he got a 0 this week.
He hadn't done anything.
That's all right. Tony, what about you? Got any head smacks for offense?
No, I mean I'm struggling a bit. I suppose Wiley did miss whiff on a couple of blocks, as Jessy pointed out earlier. Fairly minor, but that's about it.
Yeah, Wiley would have been my other head smack. I was going in between him and Moore and Wiley.
Yeah, I think that covers it for offense. I thought everybody else did well enough that I wouldn't even bother to give him a head smack.
I'll say a slow start, a head smack is a slow start on the offense.
Yeah, you got to get better than that quicker because otherwise you're going to get run out of the building by a lot of teams, and you've already had that happen to you. So we don't want to see that happen to us again. All right, let's go to some butt pats on defense. Go ahead. We'll start off with you, Tony, down there on the bottom.
Butt pats. The interior D line. So Kinlaw, Payne, Newton. Newton got the tip.
Great.
Kinlaw's destroying the interior.
So good. He's been so fucking good, and I'm gonna rub it in everybody's fucking face. Kinlaw is way overplaying his
time. Around and saying they were wrong. Most people are not trying to hold on to their Kinlaw takes over the summer. Most people are like, okay, I get it.
So those three guys have been, Newton. It was nice to see Newton. It was Newton on the tip, wasn't it?
He had Newton had a great game.
And those guys, again, we haven't got a big, this was the whole talk pre-season. We don't have a big name pass rusher. And Von Miller's a big name, but he's not what he used to be. But Dorrance Armstrong's got 5 sacks now.
Oh, Dorrance is
second in the NFL.
Watching him on the all-22, man, he's just wrecking he wrecked shop fucking on Sunday. I mean, he's just taking fuckers, throwing them out the way, and fucking it's so good. It's really good.
Having the interior defensive line doing as good a job as they're doing is helping the edge guys as well.
As James said before in the chat, we need to just keep Daron Payne on a guaranteed money contract year. Just 1 year deals. Come on, Daron, just keep going. Because he is every time he needs money, or it's like my guarantees are out and my contract's due, he balls out every single time. And to be honest with you, I don't care as long as I know it's happening 1 every 3 years or whatever it is. That's fine by me. That'll do. But what I do like with Armstrong, going back to Armstrong there, is he went to Von Miller's academy for like edge last year, and then learned off him and said, "Look, I'm gonna learn because I'm now the starter." Blah blah blah. And now you're playing with Von Miller. There's no coincidence there that the swim moves, the pass rush moves have got a lot better since Von's got in the building. Clearly, there is a lot of talk going on there. And
so
he's on, man.
Who's your butt pat?
My butt pat is Von Miller, 1.5 sacks yesterday.
Yeah. He almost picked off a pass. He
made a couple stops in the run game too. I mean, he's only playing a handful of snaps, and it seems like every time he's in there, he's in the play.
Yeah, he is. I'll tell you what, that was a good signing, and I was not too happy. We were talking earlier in the summer before we signed him about.
Yeah, you're like, I don't want that old fucker.
And that's right. Because at the time we're looking at other people, and I was talking about Preston Smith, and now what do you know? We got them both. But hey, for a fucking August signing, for a training camp signing, Von Miller, fuck yeah. You want to come here and end your career and come here and 6 sacks a year? Fuck yeah, man. He's already got 3.5.
Well, that's what we said, wasn't it? Preseason, if he can get 6 to 8 sacks, and he's got 3 after 5 games. So I know it's
that was who I had written down for mine. Jesse, go ahead.
I got to give credit where credit's due this week. Marshawn Lattimore. You played very well. He was in his comfort zone for most of the game, and it was good to see. So hopefully he can. He was throwing fuckers around, man. When he saw it was a fucking run play, he'd fucking just throw the fucking receiver out of the way and fucking go put his head in the scrum.
I'm going to give mine to Jordan McGee. Attaboy. Not because he played great. He played well enough, but he played
a good play.
He had a really good play. He had an excellent play, a very critical and key play. But he played, and that's what I want to see. I want to see him play. He didn't go out there and make stupid mistakes running around like fucking Jamin Davis or anything like that. He went out there, played well, played within himself, and I'm glad to see it. I want to see more out of McGee. I want to see more of these sets that we were running this weekend. Whereas, like I said, old man was still on the field 100% of the plays. But we got good games out of Luvu, even though early on he did make a mistake. And we got a good game out of McGee. So, anybody else got any butt pats for defense? Go ahead, Scott.
Tony, I don't know if you've got another butt pat.
I was just going to say Quan for the hit, because Quan for the hit, that changed the course of the game.
Tell you what, we'll change this one up, and here's Quan giving this to Quentin Johnston. That's a bill. He give me the fucking ball. That's right.
The only other one I've got I thought we played really well was Jacob Martin on the other side. When he needed a pinch, he stopped the run, he set the edge, and he got half a sack. That's what you can do if you're a rotational player.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Defensive line, I love when they play as well as they are. Jesse, you got any more butt pats on defense?
No.
All right, let's move on to some
We can do Bobby Wagner. I mean, he's
attaboy. All right, well,
top tackler on the day.
Sure. All right, Scotty, we'll start with you on head smacks on defense. Who you got?
Yeah, the only one I've got is Samra still for now, because that cost us points.
Yeah.
So.
And that was a special teams play, but still, he plays on the defense. And look,
he didn't really have a good game. He got the ball popped to him, but
he's in the right spot. He was there in the right spot. He was covering that freaking gap, and I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to take it away from him. All right, who you got there, Jesse?
I was going to go. It was either Sam or Still. I'm sorry, I don't think Luvu had a good game. I know you guys did. His tackling is awful, man. He is either going high. Or just trying to bump into him. You noticed that the past couple of games now, and it's just not seeing the same Luvu as we did last year.
Do you think he's trying to go for big hits to dislodge
I think
the
so.
ball,
Yeah, it kind of some of these things kind of look like it. He's just trying to be a hit stick, and you got to wrap up, man.
You were right. You brought this up in the Atlanta game, and when we were watching, we were texting back and forth, and you could see, it is happening. And then the same was happening in this game as well.
Especially, given the coaching staff and their ties to the Legion of Boom, and the fact that their tackling was so good because they literally brought in fucking judo guys.
They brought in rugby as well.
Yeah, they taught him how to. Yeah, he brought in fucking.
What do you know, Tony?
Pete Carroll, and you said about the judo, I don't think he did, but Pete Carroll also brought in rugby coaches to Seahawks to teach them how to wrap in a tackle. I mean, I wasn't the greatest tackler.
Well, he ought to bring in those rugby guys. See if they can teach Geno Smith how to not throw to the other team. I'm kind of happy that he's doing it, because here's what I'm streaming every defense that's playing the Raiders all year long. Yeah. That's my pick there. Jesse's faded into darkness. He's getting ready to go home. All right, so we got any head smack on defense over there from you, Tony?
It wasn't an individual one. It was just almost a continuation of what Jesse said there. I still think there's some sloppy tackling going on. I think that's got to be cleaned up, because it'll get exploited in another game.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to call it on. Lattimore had a great game, but early on, and are you sure that was Lattimore? It was him and Quan. I think it was Quan.
It was either. It could have been. I saw it too. It could have been a 2-3.
Yeah, they just got. And honestly, and the two plays that they gave up, even though we're called back for holding, that's got to get cleaned up. So, or whoever's responsible, I'm going to give him a head smack there. That's just that's just a to whom it may concern. All right, let's see. What else do we got here on the list? We've got, I got some email. Let's see here. Let's get some email stuff going on here. Jesse, put up the banner there on the bottom if you don't mind. And I will put us on some music for the email and say, where's my goddamn music? There it is.
What the fuck?
All right, it should take me a second to be able to hear this. All right, so email us bleedingburgundypodcast@gmail.com. The website is bleedingburgundy.com. Right, don't get confused there. I know it's almost 6:45 here on the East Coast, but hey, bleedingburgundypodcast@gmail.com, and the website is bleedingburgundy.com. And now I'm going to ask you to pull that down so I can pull these things up here and say this is going to be that, and say our first email of the day. If I can find it. Motherfucker. Lost in these folders again. Jesus Christ. There it is. All right, our first email of the day. By the way, Max said, he said, good fucking graphic this week, Pops. Thanks, Max.
Yeah, that's cool.
That was pretty fun. Like that too.
Yeah, that one, yep.
Yep, thank you. All right, so our first email of the day. Hi, guys. Today's fact. Oh, hey, well. Today's fact. The last time the Ravens were this bad, they were called the Browns. Even Bernie Kosar's daughter had a better defense than this. Aha! All right, so Kiss is the fat guy, Des Moines, Iowa. All right, so that tells me right there that the fat guy is the fact guy, F-A-C-K fact, is a former listener to Bang Radio Hour, which is great because I don't know if you've ever heard it or not, but if Bernie Kosar, if you know who he is, his daughter was a porn actress named Lexi Silver, and go look her up. If you ever really want to know what a woman that looks like Bernie Kosar.
I didn't know that about Bernie Kosar.
Yes, she was. And she has that Bernie Kosar face. And it's like,
that's not good, bro. That's definitely not good news.
All right, our second email of the day. Wow, buddy, with the fat guy, man. I'm like listening to the fact guy.
She have the Bernie Kosar perm?
No, she had the nose, though. All right, let's see here. Dear podcast, I got traded. Oh, cool. I wonder where I'm going. Anything beats Ohio in the winter. Really disappointed. Jay Flacco still in Ohio. Sorry, Joe. But hey, man, you got some receivers now to work with, right?
That's true.
I got Chase Brown on some fantasy teams. Let's see if you can get him going. Go ahead. What'd you say?
Huh?
I thought I heard Tony starting to say something.
No, not son.
I'm saying hurry the fuck up. We're going.
All right. Dear Bleeding Birdie podcast, like, whoa, bro, I am like stoked, super stoked. Like, dude, did you see that shit? Oh, dude, I was like so fucking pumped. I fell down and then I was like, oh shit, I fell down. And then I was like, yo, nobody touched me and shit. So I was like, get up and run, right? So I did. Then I fell again. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? So I figured, fuck it. I'm just going to, get up again. And I did. And I scored. And I won the fucking game. And I was so fucking stoked. And then, dude, I looked at the big screen and my fucking hair was perfect. I thought I could have fucked any chick in the stadium. Trevor L., Jacksonville, Florida. I'm telling you, Scotty, you can still work on the goodwill, and I'm saying go for it. That is that. All right, let's see here. Our last email of the day comes in.
She's sound asleep.
Even better.
It's not fair. The refs are cheating. They didn't call any of the penalties I wanted them to. I'm getting sick of this shit. Look, there they go again. No flag for obvious pass interference. Fucking refs. I swear, it just isn't fair. And Jalen Hurts can too throw. He just doesn't. Whatever. Eagle fans, some hovel somewhere. Ha. You know what? The Dolphins, the 72 Dolphins, who always go have a drink of champagne when the last undefeated team, were probably like so happy that this happened today or on Sunday, before 7:00 in the evening. So they go, oh my God, Jesus Christ, I can't even open the bottle. I'm just going to drink Similac, guys. Okay, they're just like, well, how many of them are left? Maybe
I was going to say there can't be that many of them left. Didn't Larry Zonka die this year?
Did he? I thought Mercury Morris did. I think
Zonka. Have I just killed Larry Zonka?
I don't know. Bob Greasy, I think, is still alive. Is Bob is
Paul Warfield?
Or Paul Wakefield? Paul
Warfield.
Paul Warfield. I was close. Paul Warfield. Is he still with us?
Hang on.
All right, we're gonna go to the magic of Google while I play us out on some nifty music there. And while Tony's looking us up, I'll tell you what, we'll be back on Friday and we're going to talk all about this upcoming game with the Bears. These Bears fans have made this into their fucking Super Bowl.
He's still alive, Sonka. Tony, he's still alive.
Sorry about that, lads. I did kill Larry.
The Bears fans are already like, this is their Super Bowl.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's going to be so much fun again to make Adam Rank go.
I can't bear that guy.
I just want to see it. I want to see it without Jaden coming in on a broken rib, so he doesn't have to wait till the last fucking play of the game to beat him.
I'm not sure if I'd rather thrash them or win on another Hail Mary just to really annoy him.
Just beat the shit out of him. Make him want to go home at lunch, at fucking lunchtime. All right, so anyway, that means that's enough for me. We'll see you Friday, 5:30, right back here. Go see the 1 Point Safety Show, 4 o'clock Eastern time with Scott Hartley and Scouse. And Tony looks like, what's he doing? What is he?
What?
Oh, he's pointing to Scouts. You got to go opposite. No, he's pointing at his own name. All right, that's Tony Weed over there. He wants all you ladies to email him so that his wife can go through it and ask him questions about who the hell is this? And I think I'll be in for that. All right.
Give it a go, John.
Hey, man, give us a thumbs up. Give us a like. Follow us. Do all the stuff that we do for you. See you later.
Later.
Later.